Hi, I'm Charlie Frost. On this week's episode of the 24MX Workshop, I'll be showing you 5 must-have items for your dirt bike. Stay tuned. So today we are in the garage of the girl on the bike. She has kindly let us come and show you our 24MX products. Now the first on the list of essential items for your dirt bike is a 24MX Race Premium Environmental Mat, which we've got here. So as you can see, it does cover a big span, which is good for the garage. So obviously when working on your bike or moving bikes around, you don't scratch the floor. But also when it comes to the events and racing, these are essential because it helps protect the environment. So when you come into the pits on your race, what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to pull onto the mat. So when you refuel your bike, you don't spill any spillages of fuel onto the floor, obviously to protect the wildlife. Also as well, it catches any oil drops you might have when working in the garage. Now, I use these personally because 1, they look good in the garage, but 2, also, when you are moving your bike around on the center stand, it's very easy to scratch the floor. So when you put your environmental pit mat down first, and then your stand on top, any spillages, if we're doing clutch changes or oil changes, you spill it onto the mat and not onto the nice shiny surface floor. But yeah, so we use these all over the place, garages, racing, even the paddock when we've got our bikes out at the beginning of the race, but it just makes it look a lot neater and tidier. So next on the list of essential dirt bike items is a Proworks Foldable bike stand. Now same again, this is an essential for racing, but also for bike work in the garage. Now it's very easy. As you can see, it just folds out, sits nicely on the pit mat. So same again, if you're doing oil changes or removing front or rear wheel, you put the bike onto the stand. So when you remove the front wheel from here, the bike won't fall over and topple over. So now I'll go and grab my bike and demonstrate how the Proworks foldable stand works. So as you can see, both wheels are raised off the floor. So this is very good for when taking front or rear wheels out, because sometimes if the bike's leaning too far forward or leaning back, it might slide off the stand. But both wheels are now off the floor, so when doing tire changing or front wheel bearings, you can remove the wheels nice and easy. Another key factor for having the Proworks center bike stand is that when the bikes are in the garage for a few weeks or a few months, I experienced it a few years ago. If you leave the bike on the side stand on its side for 2 to 3 months, the front sprocket seal, which is just behind there, if the bike's leant over, the oil pressure will push against that seal. Now, eventually, it will corrode away, and I had a lot of oil seeping out of my engine on one of my older bikes. So that's why it's quite crucial that when the bike is in the garage for a few weeks, if we keep it on the center stand, it keeps everything nice and in place, and it won't have that effect that my bike did last time. So yeah, it's nice and clean, nice and sturdy. And like I said, with the 24MX environmental mat, that stand won't slide anywhere, and it's nice and fixed in position. Next on the list of the essential items for your dirt bike are the 24MX donuts. Now these are very crucial for beginners or who are new to the sport of dirt biking, because your hands are quite tender, so you wouldn't have been used to the experience of riding dirt bikes. Now they're very cosmetic, they look good on the bike, very easy to fit. Simply slide it on the end of your grip up to the flange so it sits nice and flush against the grip. Now, few people that run these donuts, they do glue them to the end of the grip, because sometimes if you fall off or if you crash, the donuts can sometimes come loose. So I know a few people that do actually glue them on the inside edge of the donut, so when they push it on, it sticks itself to the flange part of the grip up here, so it stops it from coming off. But the main feature of donuts is to stop you getting blisters on your thumbs. I'm quite lucky with my racing, I don't get blisters, but a lot of people do. So they use these donuts quite often to stop themselves from getting blisters. But like I said, for a beginner or new to dirt biking, I highly recommend using donuts. So another essential item for dirt biking is the 20 hour meter. Now these are very common for racers and also dirt bikers, because what it does is you can install it on the bike, either under the seat or under the tank, and you can keep a track of the hours. Now, a lot of racers like myself, we remove the speedometer. Now, the speedometer is situated behind the handlebars up here. The problem is, when racing, they're quite common to either smash them or break them. So we remove the speedometer and straight away fit an hour meter, so we can clock the hours on the bike, so we know when to do a piston change in future work. So these are quite common for the dirt bikes, but in a future episode, I will demonstrate how to fit them. So last on the list of items are the 20 carbon fiber fork protectors. Now these are the optional extra. They're lightweight, they're durable, and they also look good. Now you obviously get a pair for 2 forks. They're very simple to fit. As you can see, they do open up like that. I have got fork stickers with the KYBs. Some forks don't have stickers on. The purpose of these are to stop you from scratching your forks. Obviously in racing conditions, or even if you're out trail riding, if you're following someone and they're kicking up rocks and dirt, the purpose of these are to deflect the scratches and stop you from scratching your forks. They're very simple. Open it up, slide it onto the fork, like so. Some people do run a bit of duct tape up the back, but you can just leave them like so, but they look good and they do the job by stopping you from scratching the forks from excess dirt. So that was a run through of the 5 essential items for your dirt bike: the 24MX environmental pit mat, the Proworks foldable bike stand, the 24MX donuts, the 20 hour meter, and the 20 carbon fiber fork protectors, all of which can be found on the 24MX website. I'm Charlie Frost. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please leave a comment and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.